work with our class. We have a few more animals in the story than the real story, but it works for us. We're all set. We've been working really hard on costumes and scenery, and we've been so busy, and I really hope you enjoy the process and that the product is wonderful. We are almost ready for Broadway, but we'll take off Broadway. This morning we have programs of the children in the story. I also want you to know that Mrs. Ross is the narrator, and Mrs. Hurwitz and Mrs. Lucy are stage crew. All right. The Mitten by Jan Brett, a Ukrainian folktale. Once upon a time there was a little girl named Nikki who wanted her mittens made from wool as white as snow. So, at first, she asked her grandmother for a pair of mittens.
Can I have them as white as snow?
At first, her Baba did not want to knit her white mittens. She said, "If you, what will happen? If you drop them in the snow, you will lose them." But Nikki really wanted snow white mittens, so she asked again.
Can I have them snow white mittens as white?
And finally, Baba made them for her. After she had finished and she had given them to Nikki, she said, "When you come home, first, I'll see if you're safe and sound, and then I will look to see if you have your snow white mittens." So off Nikki went to play, and it wasn't long before she had dropped one of her mittens in the snow. A mole, tired from tunneling along, discovered the mitten, and he burrowed inside. It was cozy and warm and just the right size, so he decided to stay. A snowshoe rabbit came hopping by. She stopped for a minute to admire her winter coat. It was then that she saw the mitten, and she wiggled in feet first. The mole didn't think there was enough room for both of them, but when he saw the rabbit's big kickers, he moved over. Next came two hedgehogs. Having spent the day looking under wet leaves for things to eat, they decided to move into the mitten and warm themselves. The mole and the rabbit were bumped and jostled, but not being ones to argue with someone covered with prickles, they made room. As soon as the hedgehog had disappeared into the mitten, you want your daddy? Will you fly to your daddy? Come on here. Fly to your daddy. Come on, Kai, come see Mrs. Lucy. Go sit with Mrs. Lucy. Come here. Kai, get here. An owl swooped by.
Go sit down with Mrs.
Come sit with Mrs. Lucy. Go sit down. He decided to move in also. The mole, the rabbit, and the hedgehogs grumbled. But when they saw the owl's glinting talons, they quickly let him in. Up through the snow came a badger. She eyed the mitten and began to climb in. The mole, the rabbit, the hedgehogs, and the owl were not pleased. There was no room left, but when they saw her diggers, they gave her the thumb. It started snowing, but the animals were snug in the mitten. A warm waft of steam rose in the air, and a fox trotted by, stopping to investigate. Just the sight of the cozy mitten made him feel drowsy, and he poked his muzzle in. When the mole, the rabbit, the hedgehogs, the owl, and the badger saw his shiny teeth, they gave the fox lots of room. Next. 2 great big bears lumbered by. They spied the Mitten all plumped up, and not being ones to be left out in the cold, they began to nose their way in. The animals were packed in as tightly as could be, but what animal's gonna argue with bears? The Mitten swelled and stretched. It was pulled and bulged to many times its size, but Baba's good knitting held fast. Along came 2 little meadow mice, no bigger than acorns. They wiggled into the spaces left, made themselves comfortable on top of the great bears' noses. Make room for the mice.
Scooch back, Anna. Anna, scooch back, honey. Make room for Son.
The bears, tickled by the mice's whiskers, gave an enormous sneeze. And the force of the sneeze shot the Mitten up into the sky and scattered the animals in all directions. On her way home, Nikki saw a white shape in the distance, and it was the lost Mitten. Lost Mitten silhouetted against the blue sky. As she ran to catch her snow-white Mitten, she saw Baba's face in the window. First she looked to see if she was safe and sound, and then she saw that she still had her 2 mittens. Show your 2 mittens. Nikki, show up your 2 mittens.
Hi, buddy. Stand on line, you gotta bow.
Show everybody your mittens.
Everybody
Show your mittens.
All right, are you ready? Thumb in the thumb play, fingers all together. That is the song we sing in Mitten weather. Now I'd like you to join us for a Mitten cookie and some juice or water.